Hi everyone. As of now, we did two parts of interview preparation revision, and we are going to check about the part three. I hope it will be helpful for you to revise and learn any new things. So let us start with this doubts videos. Okay. There are few doubts videos and then kind of interview questions, directly interview questions. So let us start with SAP latest interview questions and answers. Part 3 is done. Okay, we'll start with this. You can spend some time and write your own notes. If you have any kind of inputs or comments, please put your comments in the live chat. And if you have any questions also, you can ask. I will try to answer because I access in the mobile of the live at least to track few of the questions. Happy learning and share this link with your friends. Thank you.
First you go to the access sequence, from which access sequence you want to create. For example, go to the m/07, or you can go with SPRO. You want to add some additional condition tables. Okay, you take which condition access sequence is near, means reference access sequence for you when you want to create a new access sequence, and just copy that and give a name. Okay, whatever the name you want to give, then copy all. The system will copy all the tables and data which is available for the old one. Okay, now you can change to some test gross price. Okay, now select that and go to accesses. You will find the different tables here. Okay, you can create any one, or else you can just select one and click on copy and use step number. Else we can directly give this one. Just go to the new entry and give step number 86, table whatever is available. That's it. And save it. New table is condition table is assigned to your access sequence. Whatever the condition type contains this access sequence, it will get this new one also. Okay, that's the thing. How do you add a new condition table to the access sequence? But whenever you do such kind of operations or such kind of things, copy the standard and create your own, then make changes. Okay. But don't make changes to the standard 0002, because which will be the reference in future after 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. That will be the reference. That's why we should not disturb that. Okay. Important few parameters I will tell you. What are the importance of account assignment category and item category? Account assignment category will decide the what kind of cost object you want to load. Okay, if you keep standard blank, then whatever the procurement you are doing, it will be stockable. Means you will get the stock after completion of the goods receipt. For example, if you use K, you are procuring a consumable. Means water consumable, it will be directly loaded on the cost center. Whatever the procurement you have done, that will be loaded on the cost center. Maybe expenses and some kind of consumable and all. If you use project P, it is a whatever procurement you are doing, that will be consumed on the project P. And if you use Q, you are procuring whatever you are procuring, that is a stock, but that stock is a project stock. Means what kind of, where you want to load the respect to stock or respect to procurement, whether you want to load on the cost center, load on asset. Okay, that kind of things it will decide account assignment category. Or else if you are taking the sales order, it's order based. Okay, whatever quantity you are receiving at the goods receipt, system will take it as a sales order stock. Sales order stock, project stock, and it will consume on the cost center. These kind of things it will decide. And the screen layout wise, when you give K, if you give K or P or anything, you will get a new. See, when you give K, you will get a new tab called account assignment. Okay. Yeah, for example. See, you will get a new tab called account assignment when you give account assignment category. Either it can be K or P, whatever it is. That is one difference we can see it. Only the object. If it is K, you will get a cost center here. If it is P, you will get the WBS element. If you get A, you will get the asset. Okay. But remaining all parameters will be more or less it will be same.
Okay, one more question here. Why GL account is not assigned to any value here? We can manually enter GL account here.
No, it will come.
You can see the account.
I have not given the material and all, right. You have to pass. See, first you have to pass account assignment category. You have passed, that will play the role in the automatic account determination, and you are giving material that will play the role which to pass the evaluation class, and you should give plant. Until you give plant, it won't trigger because plant will play the
grayed out, right?
Yeah, that depends.
Account is not grayed out. We can change manually.
Yeah, that we can keep it like however your business wants. Okay, that we can derive it. See, until you give the plant, system won't give the GL account because plant will also play the role as a valuation area, valuation grouping code and all that. See, once you give the plant, system will fetch the GL account from VBR. Okay.
In case I need GL account should be grayed out from the automatically.
Yeah, that we can do it with the screen layout and all. We can make it GL account as a grayed out. In screen layout, you can keep it as a display mode for ME21N and whatever you can like.
Okay. What about the item category which we control?
Okay. Item category. Item category will decide the type of procurement. What kind of procurement we are doing.
Okay.
For example, standard procurement, third party, or stock transfer, or service. It's just a text PO, maybe some expenses. Where they want to give that all right expenses, they will write and they will take it. Means it will decide you the type of procurement. Account assignment category will decide the what kind of stock you are receiving, whether you want to receive on sales order, or you want to receive for a project, or you want to receive for a cost center, which you load on the cost center as a directly consumption. Okay, that will decide what cost object we can keep it. And coming to item category, it will decide the type of procurement. Because it specifies whether accounting for an item is to be affected via an auxiliary account, means any account you want to load, and if you don't want that directly, it will load on the stock. The account assignment category determines which account assignment data is necessary for the item. What kind of account assignment? Whether it is cost center or sales order or project, asset, whatever it is, such kind of thing. It will decide the type of procurement, item category. See, when it comes to default in a new SAP system, whenever you do in IDES system, you will see this 1000 company code, 1000 plant and all. IDES SAP AZ. Okay. In the real time, when you create it, default one standard company code will be there. That is 0001. Okay. Rest all parameters are more or less it will be same. Purchasing groups will be there like the 001, 002. That are all the common. Mainly a company code, plant, sales organization. These wise, IDES will have their IDES system 1000, and in case of real time, you will have it 0001. There would be some differences in the table level might be, but more or less to do the activities of creating org structure, master data and all, it will be more or less almost same. But I think it would be in the back end, there would be some table differences will be there, which is the training server and which is the main server, right? That kind of some differences they would have shown in the back end. We may not be observed that point. Yeah, see, for example, you want to keep inbound delivery as a mandatory. Okay, then when you create in the purchase order for your material, okay, here if you go to the confirmation tab, here if you keep confirmation control, inbound delivery ECC. Okay.
Okay.
Or else, this is what is inbound delivery related. If you keep this confirmation control, system won't allow you to do goods received against purchase order until you create the inbound delivery. After you have created inbound delivery only, you can do goods received, either PO or inbound delivery, anything. But inbound delivery is a prerequisite. Until you create inbound delivery, you cannot do it. Okay. This you can give as a manual here, or else we can populate automatically also. From where you can populate? From vendor master. When you go to vendor master, purchasing view, if you go down, here you will see an option called confirmation control. Okay. If you have given this inbound delivery, whatever the confirmation control you want, if you give in the vendor master, it will automatically come to purchase order. Confirmation tab. One option. Okay. Another one is we have what you call in info record. Okay. But info record is the top priority, because what will happen for vendor master, you give 0004, but the 0004 is not required for all the materials. For example, 2 materials don't need inbound delivery. For those materials, we can remove that. Okay.
Okay.
For those materials, we can remove it. See here, you can see the confirmation control. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this confirmation control is like confirmation control. Here we can keep it. Whatever the confirmation control we want. Okay. Info record also we can do, and vendor master also we can maintain the confirmation control, which will automatically come to the purchase order. Once you give the inbound delivery in the confirmation tab, you cannot do the goods receipt until you do the respective inbound delivery creation. Okay. Inbound delivery, once you create it, then you can do the goods receipt either purchase order or either inbound delivery. In the same case, outbound delivery also. Once the goods receipt is done, you can do goods receipt against outbound delivery or purchase order, because the respective prerequisite is already completed. Let me show you that. Without creating inbound delivery, you cannot do that. Okay.
If the clients want only through inbound delivery, only they want to do MIGO, is it possible to control it with respect to only through MIGO only?
See, that we, as I told you, that only through MIGO and through inbound delivery. Okay. Then we tell them to use always the BL32N, because what will happen, they don't have to come to MIGO. Okay, if you come to MIGO only, right, you have a point of either you want to create a purchase order or inbound delivery. But what we suggest, if I'm in that position, what we tell, we give the end user manual, trainings, everything with the what you call VL32N only. First of all, what we do, 10 letters, and in confirmations, I made inbound delivery as a mandatory. Okay, I created my purchase order, and now if you try to do the goods receipt against purchase order, system won't allow. That also we will verify now. Then in the end users, how do they know? Whatever you train, that only they will know, right? You are going to teach always do the goods receipt with VL32N, that transaction code only. Okay, now what will I do? For example, if I go to MIGO and give the purchase order, okay, system will show a message like does not exist. No goods receipt is possible. Okay, you can see the message. It is not allowing. Now I will create VL32N. VL. But you are saying like how can we stop purchase order against goods receipt and all? Okay, when you have 200 materials procurement, or else with cost center K also, we use it to do the materials. Okay, then if we have 100% of the materials, 20% or 30% or 50% materials may need inbound delivery as a mandatory. But there will be 50% of the materials or 70% of the materials don't need to inbound. Why do we use the inbound? Inbound delivery is a kind of a confirmation And when you get the materials into your gate and you have to do the confirmation, loading, actual goods receipt may happen after 1 day or 2 days. It's big trucks, okay, or else there are some prerequisite and all. For all those things, if you use inbound delivery, that is an additional work for you. See, as a practice, you will get 2-3 times, you won't feel the pain. A company who is creating 100 purchase orders or 200 purchase orders per day, if they keep inbound delivery as mandatory for all things, they will have a lot of additional work. They will make inbound delivery as a mandatory for which materials they need the confirmation. And that is the thing. If it is in that case, we will suggest this one. See now, once we create the inbound delivery, goods receipt they can do from the inbound delivery screen itself. They don't have to come to me also. Now go to this stock placement tab and 0002. 0001. The order storage location 0003. Wherever you want to do that and save it. You can train them. Now if you do the goods receipt, system will eligible either purchase order or inbound delivery. See what will system will in the back end it will check. Once you give the purchase order, it will check any confirmation control is there or not. If it is there, the respective document is created or not. If it is created, then system will allow you the goods receipt. If you want to go with only VL32N, then we prepare the user manual with the VL32N and tell them to do that. But all 100% of materials won't have a what you call mandatory with inbound delivery. There might be specific materials. For that, we can train them how to do and all. So you can do from here goods receipt. Do you know this one? So you don't have to go to Migo. Okay. From here itself, we can do the goods receipt. You don't have to go to Migo. What you call goods receipt against inbound delivery or purchase order and give the document and post it. You don't need to do all those things. You can do from the VL32N itself.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. When we do this inbound.
Yeah. See, now the goods receipt is posted. See, you can see the material document is also generated. It's like a normal Migo document. You can see the document in Migo display also. You can see the document. Okay. Normally, every 51 if you go, a 101 document will be generated. Okay. Now coming to the question, here we can see the document. Okay. Coming to the question, inbound delivery will be created into generally, as per my experiences, I have seen 2 cases. If you use any automatic confirmation through ASN, advanced shipping notification through IDOC and all, okay, at that point of time, they will use some system, whatever system the vendor is using. Once the material is received, for example, your delivery date is August 20, okay, vendor will send a confirmation that 100 quantity I will send you on, for example, August 10th or something. But that information, he will fill in his system and he will run whatever he has. That system will save the data in their database, okay? And if you have an inbound IDOC, that IDOC, what will they do? The IDOC will collect the 30 quantity and the date, all the details, and it will send to our SAP system through IDOC. Then you will see in the confirmation tab what is how much quantity at what time is coming. From that we can generate the inbound delivery. That is one method. Maximum companies who are having this physical material who are receiving to the gate and all. One of the domestic clients when I was working, the inbound delivery, why do they use? Inbound delivery, they can capture many details. Okay. What they are doing, once the material is coming to the gate, okay, in that gate, the security person will use this inbound delivery transaction code. Here, you will capture what is the exact quantity is received and those details, okay, and also you can capture the additional details related to the shipping. Okay, what is the any details, what kind of material they're receiving, any kind of PA number is there, okay, any details if we have, that details and all, they will maintain it. But there is no harm because you will just save the inbound delivery, but you won't do the goods receipt. Okay, after 1 day or after a few hours or after 2 days and all, at that point of time, the respective storekeeper will do the goods receipt. Means inbound delivery can be created when the material is received at the gate, or inbound delivery can be created once we get the confirmation the material is reached, but it is going to receive in 1 day. It is stuck in port. Maybe at that kind of situation, some people may create it, but maximum shipping notification, that information from IDOC can come from 10 days before and all, but inbound delivery will be generated as soon as it reaches to our plant. Generally, it will happen, but to do the goods receipt, they may take time because of a number of trucks are in the line. You can see, right, many times we used to hear in the toll gate 5 days trucks are pending.
Yes.
And even after company, when I was working in a manufacturing company and all, I used to see the same lorry with the with load for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, like that. Okay, maybe because of the queue already available, or else any other kind of the invoice is not yet reached. Okay, maybe different other parameters also they will have. For that, it may take time. Okay. Generally, you can remember, like inbound delivery generally we create once the material is received at the gate. See, if you go to EK pivot table, in EK pivot table, confirmation control will be saved. If you want to get the list of purchase orders which have a inbound delivery or which have shipping notification and all, at that point of time, you go to EK PO and pass the respective confirmation control and execute it. You will get some number of purchase orders. Okay. If you see this, take any one purchase order and go to ME23M and give the PO number. Go to the confirmation tab. Here the shipping notification we can see here. The shipping notification and all, but I think it is not done with this IDOC and all. See, but when you have a document and all, we have two kind of IDOCs. One is outbound IDOC and one is inbound IDOC. Okay. Outbound IDOC for a purchase order. We will talk about purchase order. Outbound IDOC we can see in the messages. Okay. Any EDI. EDI also through this IDOC only it will come. Okay. And ALE. Okay. If you are sending from one SAP system to another SAP system and all, we use ALE. If you are sending from another non-SAP system to SAP and all, we use EDI. Okay, if it is outbound IDOC, you can see in your process, output messages process. If it is inbound IDOC, okay, if you go to this service updates, okay, here relationships. If you click on relationship, you will get the inbound IDOC. If the relationship is in gray mode, there is no inbound IDOC for your document. Okay, at that point we can tell that. And let's see any purchase order which should have something. ME23M. Generally, in ID system, it is a bit difficult to get kind of thing. Okay. See, even if you create inbound delivery also, it will come the same. It is a normal inbound delivery one. Even shipping notification means it's like just notification only, right? Like how inbound delivery is available. And once you create inbound delivery, system will give this line. How many inbound deliveries you are receiving? Those many lines we can receive. We can see that. Okay. Yeah, shipping notification means it's like inbound delivery is one of the one, and we generate as per the input details. Like what are the inputs we are getting? From that we can generate the inbound delivery BL31N as per the details given by the vendor, quantity, vendor. Because if you see the inbound delivery transaction code, if you go to the inbound delivery transaction code, Either you can create against purchase order, or else we can give the vendor and enter into that. So either purchase order or both or only vendor. You can create inbound delivery as per the vendor also. What is the quantity and all those details. Okay, now you're coming to your question. There is a release code R1. Okay, R1 is the manager, R2 is the executive, and R3 is like that. You have different people. R1 is the manager which is assigned to current manager Suresh. Okay, he has resigned. Okay, he has resigned. He is leaving. At that time, what we do? The new manager who is coming, that R1 will be assigned to. R1 will have a role. We create a role for R1. The security consultant will create a role for R1, and that's the same role. We will create a request to security. Please remove Suresh and add Ramesh, whatever the person is. That is one thing. And he is going only on 2 weeks leave. Okay, the 2 weeks leave, Suresh is on leave. And the 2 weeks, the responsible person, they will keep this person, right, who is the deputy. Okay, the deputy for that 2 weeks, who will take care about the important signatures or any kind of approvals. In the options of Suresh is another assistant manager. Assistant manager, some person is there. What we request to the security person, please assign the role, something underscore R1 to what you call Mr. X for the period of August 1st to August 15th. Okay, then both can release the purchase order. The person who is on vacation and now also.
Okay. So this kind of work will be done by basis consultant or assignment, those kind of things?
Security consultant.
Security consultant. Okay.
Security authorizations we call. So those will take care about the authorizations, roles creation, key code access is not there, all these things they will take care. Okay, coming to the new movement type, 99% of cases we don't get a requirement to create a new movement type. At what circumstances we can create a new movement type? I created sometimes for the 601, 201, like the few things I created. Okay, for example, I will tell you one case where we want to do that. 201 and 261. Okay. For both of them, system will give a same GBB VBR. Okay. But for 261 you want to separate GL account, and for 201 you want to separate GL account, consumption account. For example, requirement is like that. Then if you go to what you call OMWN or else OMJJ, your movement type, and what we give, for example, 261 movement type 261 to 261. Here you don't touch 261. You will create a new movement type called whatever it is, something you will create a Z01 or something. For that, in the account grouping, what you do, wherever VBR is there you will keep some new one called Z01 or something. Okay. Movement type is also Z01, and that general modifier also you will keep it as a Z01. Then what you do in OBYC under GBB. Okay. Here we have VPR, right? Okay. This all like this. You will copy it, and you will maintain the Z01, and you will change the GL account. Okay. Validation modifier is same. Validation class is same, but here you will keep a new one, Z01, and the GL account is something different, 5,000 GL account. Okay. Then when you do this Z01 means remain related to 261, how it is behaving, like that we will keep here. then system will fetch a different consumption account, VBR account. That is one kind of requirement. Another one, you want to do the goods receipt of 101 for all, but there are some specific materials, okay, which are received by which are costly materials or some hazardous material. Maybe some special materials are there for the tracking or else to reporting or any kind of purpose. If they want to have a new movement type, we simply copy 101 and we give as a new movement type called some T01 or whatever it is, we will create it. Okay. At that point of time, during allowed transactions, we can control for your new movement type only what are the transaction codes are allowed. See, for example, if you go to 101 to 101, here allowed transactions are there, right? Here you can see that many transactions you can allow to do 101. Okay. Here for your new movement type, you can keep only VL32N. For example, that only you have to do the goods receipt with inbound delivery only. No MIGO, nothing, and all those kind of things. Maybe such kind of requirements. For us, I created recently a new movement type that is only for the new GL account for 601. Goods issue against sales order. They want to have a separate GL accounts and all. That's why we created a new GL account, a new movement type by changing the valuation modifier, account modifier or general modifier. What are two names are there, right? Account modifier and general modifier. These two examples you can give it. Maximum you'll go with SAP standard only because SAP itself has given many movement types. If you take the purchase orders, okay, multiple purchasing document, why do you go to different document type? First one is reporting. You can get raw material procurement, domestic procurement. You can take the reporting is easy, first thing. And as per the document type, we have a different field selection key. Okay, each document type can have its own field selection key. It means each document type can have its own screen layout. For one document type, purchasing group should be mandatory. For another document type, you can keep what you call storage location as a mandatory. Maybe like that, if you have a different requirements also, it can be driven at document type level, purchasing document type. For that purpose can be fulfilled, and also for the reporting to convenient to create the purchase order.
Release strategy.
Yeah, release strategy, document type. Yeah, document type is not a mandatory field in the release strategy. Still, for example, for domestic purchase orders, you want to have a one manager. For import purchase orders, you want to have another manager. Price is same, price ranges are same, and purchasing group is same. Plant, everything is same. At that point of time, this document type will be useful to differentiate the different release procedures. You have created a document type with raw material PO, spare part PO, service PO, like that. Okay, by as per the document type, we can filter. Okay, for the July month, how many purchase orders we created, like that we can do.
We can control to item category also, right?
Yeah, you can go to item category also. But item category will tell you like how many service POs and how many subcontracting. And I am telling like the same standard procurement, you create 3 document types. Okay, one is domestic, one is import, and another one is spare parts. Any such kind of segregation. For that, I am saying that. That's not with the item category, right? For all of these, item category is standard only. Only the type of materials and all, we created different document types. What difference between material type and material group? See, material type is the highest level of object in the material master. Okay, and material group will be the second level of material type, and material type will control lot of parameters. Material type will control your screen layout of the material master, because in the material type only we assign this field selection group. If you go to OMS2.
Yeah, I know that. User department and number ranges, those kind of things.
Yeah, number ranges and if you say this
internal upload, external upload.
Yeah. Quantity value update. Okay. Yeah, internal procurement, external procurement, field selection key. What are the views you want? That also at material type level we can control. Price control, whether it is a standard price or moving average price, which should come as a default. Okay. All these parameters will be controlled at the material type. Coming to material group. Material group is a second level of segregation of material types. The material group will be the useful to grouping of different kind of materials within material type. Material type is a mechanical items. Okay. Material type is mechanical items. Material groups are it can be machinery or the D-class machinery and nuts, bolts, whatever, and what you call some drilling equipment. Like that, we can have a different material groups. Under the drilling equipment, you will have a materials, many materials. Drilling machine maybe, and all polishing machine. Whatever you have, a different kind of items will come as a materials. But material group is a grouping of different materials, and generally, how many material groups we have, those many valuation classes will be created. Generally, not completely equal. Approximately, it will be because for that grouping of materials, they want to have a one kind of accounting. Okay, at that point of time, material group level, and when you don't use the material master, at that point of time, material group will play crucial role, because for that material group level, we can do the automatic account determination process. Okay, and also for the POs which are creating without material master, material group is the mandatory. Okay, when you are creating a purchase order or when you want to do the procurement or any kind of thing for any activity for which material master is not available, you can proceed by using only material group. Okay, material group can be directly assigned to the valuation class. This is one of the additional things which will be useful for us for automatic account determination without material master. Okay, material type is having a lot of functionalities. Material group is having some 2-3.
Yeah.
Okay, if you take what is asset procurement and normal standard procurement, for a high level, I will tell you, pure creation wise, it will be almost like cost center procurement. When you buy a cost center, when you order a PO with cost center, how the PO creation process, it will be almost same. But in case of cost center procurement, we will give the cost center. In case of asset, system will ask you to enter the asset number. But why do we create asset POs and cost center POs? For both of them means the high level understanding, you can say cost center will be used for the procurements which you treat as expenses. Okay, and whatever the materials you are procuring for asset, these are all assets. Okay, means you know, right, what is asset? House is an asset.
Yeah.
Okay, mobile is an expenses. Bike, the person who wants to join as a job for marketing, for him bike might be an asset because it is generating income for him. But for me, I'm a college student of 3rd year, 4th year, just to roam, and maybe that bike may be expenses for me. How your company deals your materials, according to that, it will be decided. As I told you, everything will be same, and only thing is we need to give the asset. Okay. In case of cost center, we will get the asset.
Here we give account category as a A, right?
Yeah, account receivable category we give A. Then system will ask you to enter the asset number. Asset master and all will be handled by FICO. Okay. And
asset number is what is that number?
Asset they will create asset master. They have a asset master that is comes under the FICO. Yeah, FICO people. They will just create the asset master and they will provide you. This is the one asset number. And what kind of asset it is, and when it's getting capitalized, Generally, we call it as a asset procurement, a SAP term, but in business, they call mainly capex procurement. Capex or capital procurement means one building is having some damage. To do that completely work kind of thing, it's a contract of 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. Then it's a asset procurement, we call it as capitalization procurement or capex procurement. Okay. Now we will show when do we use a variant generally. Okay. One user, he wants to create, he wants to see the list of purchase orders which are created for her plant. Okay. Which are created for her plant and purchasing group. Every time she has to give the details, right? That's why what we do is just we create one variant where some input parameters we will keep it. For example, for example, this scope of list and all, she wants to see always this ALV and plant is GKP1 and purchasing we can see GKNB for the document that she wants to see. That details she wants to get as a input details. Okay, she will just give the date and she will execute it. Okay, these things we will keep it, and then if you just click on save, system will generate a variant. You can give some name as test variant and variant some testing variant for testing. Okay, you just save that. Now it has come. Now you come to brush MUTM. Okay. Then you go to click on this option. Then you will see different variants. Okay. This is the one which we created just now. If you double click on that, see whatever the input parameters we have given, everything has come. She will just give the date range which she want. 2017 to 22/07/2017. Then execute it. She will get the respect to purchase orders and all. This variant we generally use it, and also these variants will be useful when you create this kind of batch jobs. Okay, in my background job video and also this distribution list, sending my report as a mail to the user, any such kind of background job related and all, you will be this variant will play the role. To capture the data to run the respective program with the input parameters. The input parameters will be taken from this variant. Okay, if you see this, you check this requirement type, calculation type, and this one, base type. If these three, when you click on F4, you will see some numbers. Okay. No material and no delivery cost, from where these teachers are coming and all. If you select that and click on this icon, source text. Here you will have a small coding. As per this coding, system will behave that respective condition type which is assigned to this requirement. Okay, it will decide like how additional delivery cost not planned but allowed. Okay, whether it is allowed or not, and you can see some coding, right? With that coding, system will behave. How does which parameters are coming here? Those details and all will be decided here. For example, calculation type. Calculation type also cash discount minus tax or net value plus tax. Whether you want to, what are the prices you want to include, or else you want to have a one value here. See, for example, there is a surcharge is there. Okay, what you can do surcharge? Either you can do sum of 1 to 10, okay, or else you can have a percentage on 3, okay, like that you can have, right? But if you want to have some specific calculation, it should be a gross price plus discount minus header surcharge that has to come. Maybe such kind of any specific requirement and all, we tell above the requirement. If any of these SAP already given things which is suitable, then it's fine. Or else we need to create a small routine he will create that number he will provide us, and we need to assign here. See, this is how much.
So as per the program, that will run as per the code number.
Yeah. See, if you want to have a small normal calculation, like here percentage on net is there. The percentage you want to calculate on something 4, you can give 4 like this. Okay. Or else if you want to calculate from sum 1 to 1 or 1 to 10, like this, if you give, system will calculate that percentage. Either if you have some specific things that requirement calculation type, these 3 we will touch it. If the calculation is very complex, which you are not able to achieve with this by changing this from and to and all those things, at that point of time, this can be used. Like that, we have a different kind of parameters where we can use this kind of routines. The routine means the number only. Okay? The number with some coding, what you are seeing in the back end, right? Some small coding. 1 page or half page or some 3 lines, 4 lines kind of thing. Just how do we in a support consultant, when you're having that any IDOC numbers have failed, or if you get a message kind of thing, what we do is we can get this W03W. We have a different transaction codes. Okay, small differences itself we have that. For example, if I take the W05 transaction code only, and here you will give the date, from which date to which date error messages are coming, the 2 days date or 3 days date you will give. If you remember any of the message type and all, we can give it. ORDRSP. We have different message types and all. Okay, let me check this. If you pass this one, ORDRSP, what does it mean? It's a purchase order confirmation. Okay, just now I told you, right, that ASN we spoke, advanced shipping notification and all, it comes under this area. And, okay, and you want to see the current status. Current status, whether it is failed, what status it is available, application ordered, posted. Okay. Now you can execute it. You will get the list of IDOCs with the respective error message. This is the message type, ORDRSP. So the basic type is ORDRES02. They have different kind of basic types and all. You can say this basic type. For example, if we take this ORDRES02, basic type ORDRS02. It's a purchasing or sales. Okay. 05. This all coming under this ORDRSP related. Rest of the basic type it will be visual, but main importance is this message type. Okay. Now we have taken this from the IDOC number. We have taken the purchase order. Okay. For example, if you say this thing, when you have a purchase order, as I told you, if it is having an outbound IDOC, you will get this in the messages. You will see an IDOC. Okay, here. See here, this EDI is there. Okay. If you select that the EDI and go to the process log, okay, here you can identify this IDOC number. Okay, you can say like IDOC was created and forward to the transmission, and IDOC was sent to SAP system. We are from where you are sending this. This is the IDOC number. That IDOC number also, if you want to display, we can display that. Okay, for example, if you go to WE0305 and directly you can give the IDOC number. IDOC number and date you can give some 2001. If you give one IDOC number, you can execute it. See that directly IDOC has come. Here you can see like we have mainly 3 kind of data: control records, data record, status. Okay. In the document, all these details are well explained. From direction, we can say like outbox means it's an outbound IDOC. You are sending from our SAP system to another system. Okay. That's why it is in the output messages. What is the current status? It is 03 means it would be successfully data passed to port OK. It is passed to port OK. And here message type is ORDCHG. What is ORDCHG means? You can just go over there. and ORT CHG. Purchase order change. Means it is you are sending purchase order to outside, right? That's why it is a purchase order outbound related. ORT CHG. This is outbound item. Here you can see the partner type and partner type. What is a partner type? LI. LI means vendor. You're sending to the vendor, right? Is a partner type and what the partner number and the port which is using the XI port. For SAP system to another system, the interface will be there, right? From where the port it is getting built. That is the port one. If you see the data control record, here you can see the basic type with the partner number, the vendor number. All these details you can see in the initial control records. If you go to the data, here you can see the data. What are each data will have different segments, right? From here we can get these things. See, for example, here this is order type, purchase order type. Okay. This would be purchasing organization. This is then name, number, purchase document number. When it is document date. We will be and here the vendor number and whatever the respective thing, it would be the purchasing organization. What are the available under that? We can see this. This is a partner, vendor. All this we can see the respective values which are passing things and all. And finally the status. Okay, in the status we can see like first IDOC is generated. Okay, then IDOC is ready to dispatch. Then finally part is what the data is sent to, it's sent successfully. Okay, like that we can see that. And just now we have seen the purchase order. If you go to these service objects and if we have a relationship, okay, if the relationship is in visible mode, then we can understand there is an inbound IDOC. Okay, here see here we have 2 IDOCs. First IDOC was 2011 morning 10:20 and this one 986764. That's what we have seen just now. Another one is 539805. 539804. Just execute it. Okay, this is the inbound IDOC. Inbound IDOC and here ORDRSP. Just now I shown you, right? ORDRSP means it's a PO confirmation related things. If you see that another one is 986764. This is the one what we have seen it. It's outbound IDOC. It's inbound IDOC. The tracking of IDOCs and all will be coming in the hi, today we will have certain question answer sessions like on the whatever the real time and SAP MM related what are things we have discussed in those videos. We will have a session to understand what kind of questions we are getting, and I will resolve along with certain kind of required examples. Now you can start with your first question.
Actually, right now I will come to this one, okay, like SAP methodology. Okay. There we are preparing first BTP and then KDC and then gap analysis, like that you answered in the video, right? So I want to know BBP for some clarification. Like if I will go there, then I can able to ask you some doubts.
Okay.
That BBP document. There you said like organization level I need to ask you first. Suppose purchasing some standard purchasing organization, reference purchasing organization, so many things should be involved in that. So how in SAP how we can define in that BBP?
See, in the PPP mainly we map the processes. Okay, In that KDS documents, we will decide like how many purchasing organizations and how many plants and how many company codes and how many material types you are going to create, and the purchasing document types. These all things we incorporate in the KDS documents. Mainly the big things which you require for the configuration. When it comes to business blueprint, we can incorporate, for example, if you create a BBP for purchase order processes, if you create a BPP for purchase requisition, at that time you can keep the same purchasing document types also, document type, number ranges if required. The data which you have kept in the KDS, the same thing you can keep in the individual PPD. Here in PPD, as I mentioned, like the processes what you are preparing, like for example, the material master, vendor master, info record, and purchase requisition, purchase order. Each BPD, what you mentioned, for example, the material master, what you mentioned, you just give a background of the materials which you procure, and we can maintain the inventory management, inventory in our company. And also we have different kinds of materials in the business, and certain materials we maintain as a stock, and certain materials we directly consume for the respective production activities or respect to the business activities. These all kind of some certain background we have to write about that materials, and then we will go in a way like as per the business requirement, we are creating around some 8 material types. In that 8 material types, certain materials are raw materials, and certain materials are semi-finished goods, and few materials are finished goods. These all details we have to mention in the BPD, and also the processes like the material master.
I want to know organization structure in SAP related with SAP. Mm-hmm. Now, if we compare, if we will compare look into like real estate industry, mm-hmm. First it will come as a land sourcing, like land development will come, and then legislating part will come, and then engineering part will come, and then purchasing part will come, and then sales part will come. It is a total entire thing as a real estate industry they will follow. Mm-hmm. And now in SAP, if we will come to know only SAP then there we are involving only such criteria, only like such criteria, like only we need to create like what you said, finance people will create company codes, like they will create, and only we are in SAP only we are creating plants and storage locations, like, and then we are assigning to the company code.
Yeah, we in our purchasing organization, plant, storage location, and the purchase group. Okay, these are the mainly. I want to know. These are the main what you call organization elements from MM side. The company code, controlling area, and all are FI side. We will assign the organization elements from 1 to 1. That account the business requirement.
Yeah. Okay. Then here purchasing organization is we are assigning to the company code and plan. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then purchasing group we are not assigning any company code and any
individual. It's an individual organization element which won't be assigned to any other thing. Only we assign to the master data, like during material master or info record, and also when you create a PO, we give that one. But during configuration, we won't assign to any other organization element.
Correct. But in BPD, that's what I'm asking you. I am asking one doubt. Here I am getting one doubt. Here purchasing group, we are not assigning any company code, any purchasing organization, and any plant, any storage location also. But while procuring the materials, we are adding this purchasing group for everywhere. In material, while creating the material group also, we are adding this purchasing group. But how we can add this purchasing group people in our company? Suppose 10 people are the one purchasing group, another 10 people will be another purchasing group. How we can add one group in this thing? Like one group will be users, 10 users will be one group, right? Suppose. Mm-hmm. So how we came to know this?
See, that can be like we don't have any control assignment in the configuration. For example, the purchasing group is like the purchasing group is simply we call it as is a buyer. Okay.
Okay.
No, buyer. The purchasing group is a person or a department. Okay. the person, for example, if your company is having certain employees of some 500, 300 employees, and you have less kind of procurement when the company is a small company, then the purchasing department contains some 4 or 5 people. At that point of time, what will happen? Some 5 people are there. 5 people will have 5 names, and they will have a mobile number, telephone number, fax number. Each one will have a printer number and all. Here, each person, for example, Ganesh is taking care about all the raw material,
Like cardboard.
talkable, yeah.
Sure.
And the Suresh is taking care about all services, and the Ramesh is taking care about entire import procurement.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
right.
right. At that point of time, what we do in the purchasing group creation, we maintain a group name, and then in respect to person's name and phone number and his mail ID and all, we can maintain in the what you call the purchasing group creation. If it is a company,
Here we are not able to create purchasing group also in SAP. That is the standard one. While creating the material itself, it will ask the purchasing group.
No.
Here we are getting some standard ones.
No. So, yeah.
That is what I am getting.
No. We create a new purchasing groups, SPRO, material management, purchasing. Okay, you are thinking like only some standard we can give. No, we can create. Here we have the create purchasing group. Okay, this is the create purchasing group. See, here I will create like a new purchasing group, something Z01. Purchasing group name is.
But here we are not entering any company code.
Yeah. That's all. We can use the same purchasing group for anybody. Anybody we can use. But thing is, generally the purchasing group will play the role during release process and all. The respective combination where we assign, according to that we will get the release tab in the purchase order. Like that we can control, but purchasing group won't be assigned to any other company code. That's why, for example, the Z01 can be used by any company code in my SAP system.
Okay, anyone we can use.
Yeah.
Anyone can purchase this materials to that company.
See, just I'm creating already somebody else. The admin department, like that we can create a new purchasing group, and the thing is the main control will be like, for example, in the review strategies and all, the purchasing group will play the main role, because the admin manager has to, the PO if you want to create, if you assign the admin, then that admin manager will, with respect to PO will go for approval to the admin manager and the HR department, HR manager. At that point of time, purchasing group will play the role for you. Okay?
Okay.
Next question. When you get a question like what is the organization structure in SAP EMM, then you have to tell the company code is already available, like the finance, which was created by the finance department. As an organization structure of MM, the purchasing organization, which is responsible for the procurement activities, and we have a plant where our respective business processes will happen. If you are a manufacturing company, manufacturing will happen. If you are a courier company, your courier related activities will happen. If you are a retail company, your sales, whatever the retail kind of activities, your business, where your business is happening. Maybe it's a manufacturing, or it's a selling of goods, it's a trading of goods, whatever your business. That's the plant. And the storage location which comes under each plant, where we store the materials. And then the purchasing group is a person or a department who is involving for the procurement, who is responsible for the procurement activities. The purchasing organization is an organization which is responsible for the procurement activities, and purchasing group is a buyer, means the direct department or a person who is procuring the materials. These are the 4 main organization elements for SAP MM. That's enough. the function specification and the logic wise, I will share you that related to the question and answer. And you can understand like the main critical things like where you do the testing and what is the difference between unit testing and SAT. Unit testing is a transaction code based testing. It is done in the development system, and SAT will be the scenario based testing. What are the scenarios where the business involves, the daily, the company, what kind of activities they do. That testing, scenario based testing, will be done in quality system. That will be called as like system acceptance testing. When the business you do the same template, they call it as a user acceptance testing. Okay? That kind of differences you have to know what is the difference between you and what is the use of doing the 2 times. Why do you want to do the testing? Or that kind of things you just understand, and if you have any questions you can address to me. Okay.
Okay, no.
The logic by the function specification is mainly the communication between the functional consultant to the technical consultant about the requirement of the development, and also where you mention the background of the requirement and the background of the development, and also the logic, how to get the data, the table and field names, how to fetch the respective field, from which table you have to get the data. And also, for example, if you want to know the valuation class of a material, you have to get from MBEW table by passing the material number MATNR. Then you have to give a logic like pass MATNR, material number, in table MBEW, and get the field valuation class, the BKLAS. That's the kind of logic you have to write. That is about one field I'm saying, and if there's multiple fields, if you are aware about the tables, you may not remember each field in the table, because each table contains 100 fields, 150 fields. Even I also won't remember all the fields and all. The thing is, where we work frequently and certain popular tables and fields, just I can remember at some level because of the experience. But you don't have to remember, but you should know there is a table that should contain these fields. How you can understand the table? For example, material master, MERA, MERC, MERD. What are the important tables are there? You just check that tables. Then you will understand okay, in which it is available. Okay. And also the function specification related things also I will share. And if you still have any questions, you can come to me. When you keep the real estate and construction, these kind of companies, you have to highlight the main area of service procurement. Service procurement and the material procurement also, we have civil materials like sand, cement, these kind of items. And the service procurement, which involves you like how many people you are taking for a worker from a contractor. You create a PO. You create a PO to the contractor. I need these many laborers as per the mandates. We create a service by creating the mandates. Each person, the days. According to that, you can do that payment. You will try to create some certain kind of service POs by seeing my service procurement document. I prepared that service procurement. That is a service procurement you have to concentrate more, and the material procurement will be more or less similar. And you just understand the concept of retention that the FI will take care. Because in construction, mainly the retention will be the important thing. If you open our invoice tab, you see that I have a system in front of me. I will just show you that. The retention is just, right? I think you already working that. They don't pay the 100% as a payment. They do 95% of the payment, and they keep some 5% as retention. You just give that kind of flavor, how retention, because construction people use, and get some command on service procurement. That is more than enough. Remaining things, everything will be similar how we are doing for other things.
That's here we can able to retention also here. We can able to deduct.
Yeah. In SAP we have a retention where you can mention like if you see this payment processing header level retention we can give here. The security bond are applicable or header level security bond, how much percentage once you select that retention, for example. I'm giving the security bond. Once I click on the retention,
Payment processing
Here also we in a invoice tab also, it is retention means that how much percentage we want to keep on your increment. Yeah, that things we can keep that retention levels and all. Once you select this header level applicable, you can give the 5%. If you give the header level, what will happen? For example, you have 10 items in the PO, but the total how much amount? For example, if it is a 10 lakhs PO, then on that 5% will be there. If you are keeping that item level, that will be each item how much amount you are keeping, that will be decided. Okay, see, for each item you can keep the retention percent in the invoice tab. Okay. If you select the header level, overall you can keep the how much amount you want to keep the retention, 10%. Generally it will be 5%, right? Back in the business scenarios I have seen, they used to keep the
depending upon the agreement.
Yeah, you have to concentrate on service procurement and somewhat in this retention area, and also the material standard procurement. We can mainly concentrate on that. The rest of things will be similar. You don't have any other things you have to concentrate. The batch management, those things you don't have to concentrate, because in real estate we don't use the batch management because we don't do any manufacturing. We don't have much quality system and all. STO they can use, because one side to another side they use to transfer the materials and all. I think mainly the STO without delivery, because the sites may be available in the same city. The same city which are what we having the distance from 10 kilometers. That's why they don't go with the delivery and all. They can do directly transfer posting with the 301, 303, that things they can do.
Yeah, otherwise, I know, but only this one with delivery I want to learn. That settings will be there calculated.
Yeah, that you can try with have documents, right? STO intra-company and all.
Yeah, I tried, but I'm not able to generate this delivery type of that. We will discuss in later. Right?
Yeah, you just try. If you have any questions, then I can shoot out. The inter-company, you can just understand the process. If you don't get also not much, because there is a pure billing is involved, right? Where the price is coming from billing and all. That will be along with SD consultant. When you do, you can understand that one. But you should know the intra-company. Yeah, intra-company. At least if you run the intra-company scenario, that is more than enough, because you will understand that one and all. That inter-company, the process is completely as a standard procurement. The only thing is where you will assign our vendor as a supplying plant. That's why the shipping tab, everything will come. The rest all things will be set. Just try to create. If you still get any issues, then you can address to me. Because already I have run scenarios, everything I have with me. Then I can show you how to create that STO PMS and all.
Okay. First I will clear all these things.
Yeah. Okay then. I will share the video also, and if you have any questions, you can address to me. You just go through the videos again. All the best.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. See, in purchase order, we can see the two fields. One is account assignment category, and another one is item category. Okay. The item category will decide the type of procurement. The type of procurement means which we are going to learn in our special procurement processes. Like if you use K, it is if you use standard, it is a standard procurement, what we are learning every time. And B, we have a blanket procurement for they maintain the limits, and for some functions or some kind of rent, if you want to pay those kind of procurement, we use this limit. We just maintain the values, and no goods received, directly we do the invoice receipt and payment. K is consignment procurement. We are going to learn in the special procurement topics, which is the last topic for our complete MM course. L is for subcontracting procurement, S is for third party, U is for stock transfer order procurement, and D is for service procurement. T is some text POs. Sometimes, very rarely they use that T kind of text procurement. Moreover, what you have to understand is the item category will be used to segregate the type of procurement. Okay, according to that item category, see that item category will decide the type of procurement. If you give K, respective screens will change. L, we will get the BOM related tab, and third party against sales order, stock transfer, one plant to another plant when you are taking the materials. T is for service procurement. In detail, we are going to learn in the special procurement topics. But first, what you have to understand is item category will decide the type of procurement, and also it will change the some screens of the SPO also. And coming to account assignment category is an object, cost object on which you want to load it. For example, if you use account assignment category as a blank, okay, it will directly load that respective cost on the stock. For example, if you use the standard account assignment category, where whatever the stock you are taking, it will be loaded as a stock. But maximum, what kind of account assignment category we use in the SAP? One is important is cost center K. Cost center K. K is popular. You can say like maximum of POs like related to services or consumption related procurement. When you do, we give cost center K. When you give cost center K, system will ask one tab will come. Let me show you any PO which is having cost center K.
Ganesh, can you note down the notes or else?
Yeah, if you want to write, you can just note down the point. And anyway, I'm just recording this session. I will share you this point.
Okay.
We'll take any PO which is having cost center K. It will give an idea for you. Go to ME2N and account assignment category K. Purchase organization 1000. Recently I created some POs. 01/10/2016 to 23/10/2016. Executed. See, this is one of the POs with item account assignment category K. See, when you give account assignment category as K, system will give a tab called account assignment, and it will ask you to enter the cost center. Okay? For a standard PO, you won't get that account assignment tab. For example, just now we have seen a standard account assignment category. For that, the account assignment tab, there is no field like cost center and all. If you select asset, okay, cost center when do we use? For services where you want to load the respective service charges. For example, each department we create as a one cost center, admin department, HR department, and production department like that. If you are buying the respective material for admin department, you don't want to maintain the stock, directly they want to consume, then we give cost center K. Otherwise, we give some services. For example, painting work, or you're hiring a vehicle. Okay, here you want to conduct one tour for admin department is going for a tour. That respective expenses are going to be paid by the company. That's why, but that expenses they want to load on admin cost center. Then what will they do? Vehicle hiring, the service they create. Okay, they create a vehicle hiring service, and for example, take any one service. They vehicle hiring something test plan service. We just think like a vehicle hiring. That vehicle hiring, and they will give that cost center to the respective department, maybe service department or admin department. Okay, what you have to understand is we use cost center and asset. Asset means which are like our assets. We call it as an asset. For example, if you buy a house, it's an asset. If you buy a bike, maybe asset, because you can get some money after you sell that. How a company will decide like which are assets? Assets means they won't consider as expenses. For example, if you go to a movie, it's an expense. If you buy a gold, it's an asset. It's an asset because you are enjoying with the gold, but still you will get a recovery from that. If you buy a mobile is not an asset because there is no reusable. There is no resale. If you when you sell that good, you will get maybe 10-20% of the price. Okay. How a company will decide? Assets they segregate. For that, they won't treat it as expenses. They will give the asset and respect to procurement they do on the asset. Okay, and we have a project systems module. P and Q will be used for that. The project system also, it will be behaving like almost like a cost center, but only thing is project system mainly used in the construction, real estate, such kind of projects. What will they do? When you procure that goods, they will give that project like a WBS element. Okay, we'll check for any PO with P. See, this is a PO with account assignment category Q. Okay, when you use account assignment category Q, it is like our account assignment category blank. When you give account assignment category as a blank, the respective stock will come to us. Okay, but when you give Q, stock will come, but it will be loaded under the project stock. See, when you give Q, system will ask you to enter the WBS element. Okay, let's see any stock is available for this material. TT0810/O MB52 T20810 and plant, which plant we are creating? I think 1000. Execute. There is no stock. What will I do? Special stock indicator Q I will select. Special stock indicator Q, project stock. I don't give material. I want to have only without no zero stock lines only, means there should be a stock. When you use Q, you will get the stock, but it will be saved under the project stock. If you see the PO, the system will ask you the WBS element. When you give K, system will ask you the cost center. When you give A, system will ask you the asset. When you give P, system will ask you again the WBS element. What you understood is when you use the account assignment category, system will ask you respective cost object. We have to give the cost object. When do we use WBS element will be more or less similar to cost center, but WBS element will have a lot of segregation. For example, in project system, whenever your company is using project systems, we will create the POs with P and Q. What is the use? For example, cost center, we create, I'm just giving the business example. For example, if you see the cost center, just check the K means cost center. Okay, if you use the K cost center, generally, how do we create for admin? Department wise, admin, production, and maybe HR. Like that, we will department wise we create HR, accounts, department, like that. But what you use a WBS element, there is a project they create. For example, PRQ project, right? PRQ for both of them project, but P is for consumption and for Q is for stock. If you give Q, system will give the stock. P means it will directly consume. How it will be? For example, a project they will create. What is that? We can say GVK Mall. Maybe GVK Mall, Madhapur. They want to construct a GVK Mall in Madhapur, that they create as a project. Under that, they will have a sub-project, electrical expenses, and civil expenses, and manpower expenses, maybe some food expenses. Just I have given some highlight. This is the main project. This will be the project. And This is sub-project. Sub-project. Now the WBS element will come under that. Okay, how WBS element will come? Here they will write the WBS 1, 1 WBS. WBS 1 will be switches, and WBS 2 maybe wires, WBS 3 some other, any, if you want to buy any laptop also you can keep it, because if you are buying for the electrical related work, you are buying a laptop to construct your maintain the plan, everything. The same thing here also available. For example, if you are buying 2 laptops for civil related work, then you have to select the under civil which WBS is available. Then what will happen? You can narrow wise also you can get the expenses, how much I spent for civil, how much I spent for electrical. Okay, everything we can easily capture. The project level GVK mall total we spent 5 crores. Under that electrical expenses 1.5 crore, civil expenses 70 lakhs, manpower expenses 1 crore. Like that they will get the reporting. It will be that much stringent. That's why WBS element will be used mainly in construction companies and also certain kind of projects where they will get that kind of segregation. Okay, now business wise what you have to understand is cost center will be used in many manufacturing companies, and when it comes to construction they may use cost center but they use more project. What is a project means? For example, you just simply understand we have 2 account assessment categories P and Q. If we use P, the respective stock will be directly consumed. We don't see the stock in MMBE or MB52 like how when you use K. But when you use Q, you will get the stock, but the stock will be visible under the project stock Q. Okay, that's what we have run, right? See, this is the project stock Q because we have given that special stock. And when you give the special stock Q, you will get the project stock. How project systems will be created by this, just for your understanding, you don't have to go very deep. For example, they want to construct a mall, JVK mall, they create as a project, one project. And under the sub-project wise, they will keep different expenses, maybe electrical and all they will segregate. Under that, they will have a WBS system. Otherwise, the main WBS they may create as electrical expenses, and sub-project they may create as a tower 1, tower 2. How that project systems consultant has segregated his structure according to the business requirement. But as an MM consultant, what you have to understand is when the user is creating the PO, okay, when user is creating the purchase order, he has to know the respective cable, something is there. Cable starts from some item. Which WBS I have to queue? Means this item is what you call procuring for electrical expenses under wires. Means then this WBS2 we have to queue. Then respective things will be loaded on that. If you go to WBS element, click on F4. Okay. If you just enter here, see, he will get the different WBS element like this. Our procurement consultant will get an information for which WBS element I am going to buy. He will give that WBS element as an input. As an MM consultant, you have to understand for which procurement you are buying, and that respective thing you have to give. That's it. Okay. Rest all will be similar. And you should know Q means stock. We will get the stock in MB52 under the WBS element. P means it's a consumption. Directly it will be consumed on the project. Okay. So some kind of small expenses, some daily food they are providing to the workers and all. That they will give account assessment category P. They will write like how much expenses they were done, food expenses or some kind of power bill. Those kind of things they will do with P. But cement, iron, laptops, chairs, whatever the items they are buying for the construction of 1 year or 8 months, it will happen, right? That kind of items and all, they will give account assessment category Q. As an consultant, that knowledge is sufficient for us. How K will behave, P will behave like that. How our standard will behave, Q will behave. But when do you use that project systems? As per my experience, mainly it is very useful in construction business, somewhat in real estate business, and some manufacturing companies also may use that. The entire setup, everything will be done by PS consultant. As an consultant, what is the integration between and PS? When you create a PO, we give that account assessment category Q. System will ask the WBS element. We have to select the WBS element. Structure-wise, when you create, see this laptop will be available in both civil expenses and electrical expenses also, because electrical engineer needs some 3 laptops. Means when you buy laptop for electrical department, you select this WBS. Then what will happen? With respect to 3 laptops, charges of 1 lakh rupees will be loaded on this electrical expenses project, sub-project, because this WBS comes under this area, right? Like that, very narrow, we can get the report of how much, for example, complete mall is ready. Then they will have a report how much expense I have done for civil. Then similar mall they will construct in somewhere in Mumbai. Then they can estimate, okay, area is same and floors are same, 10 floors. Last time I have spent some maybe some 35 crores to construct this building. Now this time, in which areas I have to concentrate to less the cost. Last time what happened, cement we have ordered some, for example 20 lakhs cement we have ordered. Because of sudden rain, there are some cement was damaged. Otherwise we bought and immediately the cost was decreased. Okay, how to handle those kind of things? Can we have any agreement for the next 1 month? What price is there? I should give, is there any decrease in the price? I have to get for that price. These kind of some learnings, right? For example, today there is Flipkart sale is happening. What happened? You don't know that. Okay. Otherwise, tomorrow onwards there is a Flipkart sale is there. Today you want to buy a mobile, you bought it. But later you came to know like there is some 2,000 rupees discount was happening in that sale. This time, that kind of marketing also we have to search where we will get the near future. If the offer is after 1 month, you may not think wait for that. But if offer is within 3 or 4 days, what is the problem in waiting for that? Okay, these kind of learnings and all they will work, and which vendors are giving better price. Last time we bought a cement bag for 400 rupees. Okay, this is a very high cost. There are some good vendor with better quality of cement is going to give for 320 rupees. Okay, this time we will connect with that vendor. And also last time some vendors are not giving on time. Okay, they delayed for 10 days and all. And also they are giving for more price. We will go for a new vendor who will give you for the less price and also on the correct time. These kind of different learnings and they will accumulate when they do the second project. The same way, right? When you work on your first project, you will face a lot of issues and you are not able to perform in certain areas. In second project, when you are going for that, you will analyze what kind of mistakes you have done and you will work on that. In the same way, the reporting wise project system will be very good for the construction people, where similar kind of, if you take some construction companies, if you take in Bangalore Brigade and some big companies are there, they will similar kind of residential or commercial apartments they do, the same kind of apartments they do in the same place, in another place. At that time, they will take some learnings from this and they will apply on that. For that, project systems will be very useful to get the exact report. See, when you construct a home, if you ask any owner, they will tell you like how much expenses you have done for your home. He will tell 50 lakhs. He may not tell like how much I spent for civil expenses, how much I wiring, how much I have done for the furniture. Okay, that much segregation he may not give, but if you have a project systems in your company, you can get each and every area how much I have spent. Initially, you will plan for civil expenses. You have given a budget of 2 crores. But after completion of project, it has gone to 2.5. You can analyze why it has gone that much level. Have you done any mistake? Otherwise, only prices are high because of some reasons. This kind of analysis will be done with that. So finally, what we have learned, item category will decide the type of procurement which we are going to learn in the special procurements topic. And account assignment category is a cost object where you want to load your stock or the consumption. The more popular account assignment categories are standard, which we use for our standard procurement, K, cost center, maximum manufacturing companies, everybody uses that. And we have another one, project P and Q. P is for consumption and Q is for stock. When you use that P and Q, the process system module has to be implemented and the proper WBS structure has to be available. Okay, and you cannot create any new item category in the system. SAP, whatever it has given, we use the same. But account assignment category, we can create multiple according to the business requirement. When you go with account assignment category, mainly you will see the differences in the account assignment tab. If you give K, system will ask you cost center. If you give P or Q, system will ask you the project. If you give A, system will ask you the asset. If you give standard, means blank, system won't ask anything. Other than that, you won't see much changes. But when it comes to item category, you will see a lot of differences. When you see item category D, you will get this services or limits, 2 tabs you will get. But when you services or limits, when you use B, you will get only limits. And when you don't use anything, you won't get these 2, you will get the only material tab. So the screens also
I got
different.
Yeah.
See, whenever you have a purchase requisition with multiple items, you want to create a purchase order, then you have to write like this. Item, purchase requisition number, item 10, purchase requisition number, item 20. If you don't give like that, okay, you have given directly like as usual how you give only purchase requisition number. This will be applicable only for if you have a single item. Now you have a multiple items, you just click enter. System will throw a message. It won't copy any details. That's why whenever you have a multiple items in a purchase requisition, you need to pass each item along with the purchase requisition number. If you have 10 items, you have to give 10 times purchase requisition and 10 times requisition item number also. See, nothing, no details were copied. You can see that material blank, everything is blank. That's why you have to give item number 10. You have to give item number 10. Then system will copy the data from item number 10. That's why if you have a multiple items, see that system has copied that. Now give second one, item number 20. Now system will copy the item number 20. How many items you have, those many things you have to give. For example, now you are trying for 30. There is no 30 item. That's why there is no blank. There is nothing was copied. Okay. You have to pass each purchase requisition number and the item. If you have a multiple items, if you have single item, then you can either you can give 10 or else you can give only the purchase requisition number, because there is only one item. System doesn't have to search for the requisition item, because single item it will directly copy. Starting recording. See, this mail text will be, see, when you take an output with a mail, then for example, this is the mail output. For that mail, what text title you want to visible? For each language, we maintain that one. Okay. And I have shown you in that also. If you go to SOST, where we can see that tracking of mail IDs and all, like whether the mail has reached or not, those details we can see. Okay. For example, we give a date of something 06 and execute it. 22/06/2016. You can take this and status as transmitted anything, we will select it. Just to show some entry as an example. No data, it is coming like 06. See here there is a document title you can see, right? This one. Yeah, something new hire orientation. Okay, this title only we decide what kind of title you want to show. Okay, that title will be decided here. For your output type, what is the document title? Okay, this is the output define message types. I'm just going again to that. When you go to our message types, if you are using any mail functionality kind of thing, what title you want to show, okay, that title will be given, what you are visible in that SOST, the mail title, the respect output. If you go to the mail title and text, where we can see this text only will be visible there, okay, the title. And coming to that routines and all, this will be completely done by ABAP consultant. Okay, what routine they assign, okay, to get that PO output, and also the form is there, right? In which form? Form means the visibility of the layout. Okay, that will be all done by ABAP consultant. This program assignment, everything will be done by him. And coming to the partner roles, the partner roles means of what kind of partners. We have a partner functions option in SAP. The partners may, for example, along with vendor, any ordering address you want to send, delivering plant to whom, that is a partner functions are there. We have different partner functions. For example, your vendor has a goods suppliers and invoice party. For example, if you order a material to the vendor, he can deliver the goods from any of his goods suppliers. For example, one company head office is in Bangalore. Okay, if a person orders material from Delhi, they will send the goods from Delhi goods supplier. Mumbai goods supplier. But invoice can be sent from Bangalore, but goods can be sent from the nearest location. Like that, we have different partner functions. We can maintain it. That is the available partner function. All these details you can see at a single screen. Just select and go to display, where we can get the maximum details in a single screen also. See, like what is the default values, and the communication strategy, storage system. Many details we can see here. But the form routines, processing routines and all, you can get from here. Okay, what program assigned and all. Title I understood what we do, routines and what program assignment, this everything will be done by ABAP consultant. What you just understand the terminologies, that's it, what is partner and all those things. See the same details I have shown you, right? You can see directly in the single screen also. For example, if you go there what we have seen here, and the process routines and all, it will available the details. We have a transaction code called NSE, where you can see all the details. See the form, routine, everything we have seen the single screen, right? Like that, we have a transaction code called NSE. Let me show you that transaction in another screen. So before that, we have one more important is fine-tune control. If you go to the fine-tune control, where we will see like which data wants to be visible at the creation and change. If you go to the operation, one is creation at the time of PO is new, and also change. After change also, whether you want to show the printout or not, we can control here. If you have an entry to a 2 also, then during PO change also, system will trigger a new output. And now I will show you that NSCA transaction, where we can see all the details. See, when you go to the NSCA, system will ask you different applications. Our application is purchase order. Select EF purchase order and go to the procedures. Here you will see that whatever the procedure we have seen, right? Like routine, program, and the procedure we have, what procedure we are using. which condition types are available, that we can see here. And if you go to the output types, we will get the just now what details we have seen, right? That details we can see in that output types field. And access sequences, what access sequences are available. In the configuration, the details what you are seeing, all the details can be visible here. See, you have opened these messages, right? These messages details you can see there. These details you can see with the NACA transaction also. Finally, your question is what is mail text and all. What are the text and mail title you mentioned that can be visible in that SYST transaction code where we see that mail title and routines and form, everything will be assigned by ABAP because where they will develop that smart form. How PO has to be look like, okay? That we will develop by ABAP and that routine and all they will assign in the NACA transaction code or these message types. So briefly, I will explain you that messages, what kind of details we have. Or the same thing we can get from when you maintain the output condition records also, system will ask the details. See here the output type, the which message types we have created for our purchase order, those will be visible here. Okay, first point. And here we have different mediums. One is printout. You can say the maximum usage of printout will be there. Another one is fax. If you want to send that PO once it is released or once it is saved successfully, you want to send as a fax to the vendor, then we use this functionality of fax. External send we use for sending mail kind of thing. And EDI, through IDOC, if you want to send the data, we send that detail. Mainly we use these output mediums. This is the function to whom you are sending. You are sending to vendor, right? That vendor and vendor code. And when you go to the communication method, just select that item and go to the communication method. Here we use the destination. Generally it's a printer name, okay? In which printer you are going to give the printout, that we give that printer name and all. We use the print immediately, we use to click. And this is the printer name. Logical destination means which printer. For example, if you have a printer set up in your company, each floor will have one printer, right? Each floor, each cubicle, however you have a printer, the respective printer will have one destination. Basis people will set up that printer assignment to SAP system. Okay, they will give you a logical destination system that we will assign here. Okay. And coming to this further data, if you come to further data, we have different options here. For example, these last two we use mainly. One is with own application, means once you create a PO and it is released, you have to go to the transaction ME9F. Okay, there we have to release that output. Then only you can get the mail or you can see the print, all the perfect details. Then the status will be changed to release it. Okay, as successfully, you will get the successfully processed. That status will come. If you send, if you select the option of send immediately, what will happen once you save the PO and it is released successfully? Immediately, your status will change to successfully processed. If you select the option 4. Option 1 and 2, we have a background job concept, which you are going to learn after some time. We can keep a background job also. Once the background job runs successfully, then only you will get that details. For example, what we have given, for example, once the background job is run every day at morning 10 o'clock or every 11 o'clock, you can set up a background job. Once it is run, all the POs has to be sent to the vendor. At that kind of requirement, we use these first two options. And third option is with ME9F, and fourth option is without any restrictions. Once the PO is released, mail will go to vendor. And the process has to change to successfully processed. So these are the some heads up of these things, and you just go through that output determination video again, you will get some more clarity. See, coming to the purchase order release procedure, as per SAP, we can keep only one class. Either you want to use for contract, or either you want to use for PO, or whatever it is. That object 2 will come automatically, and we can give only one class per PO. In an IDEA system, if you want to create, you just have to delete it and do it. I'm deleting now because I hope you will practice today with your own class. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So one more thing.
Otherwise, I will keep it as a reference for you to create. That is also your wish. You just try and let me know that. Okay, I have deleted it. You can create your own purchase, own class, everything, and you can practice and do that. The selection parameters we use to get the list of open goods received, means which POs are pending for goods received, which are pending for invoice received, like that. This RECHMULG we use to get the list of POs which are pending for invoices. CV
is German word.
We got the POs which are pending for invoice. 100 pending is pending, like that. Now what will I take? I take some PO. Maybe some latest POs are there. Even we created some POs which might be pending. Let's see, this PO is there. Go to Miro. Already we have opened Miro, and give the Miro. Just click enter. See, system has copied because already there is a goods received was done. That's the system has copied from there. Okay. See here what happened in account assignment. Because account assignment K was given, that's why if you click on here, you will get this how much amount, what is the GL account, what is the account assignment. It's a cost center service. If it is a project, you will get the WBS element. That details will come from the PO. If PO is a blank, if PO doesn't have any details and all, at that time, our system won't copy anything. You can see here, account assignment category K, and the account assignment will come from here. There's all details we can get.
The standard procurement, and the material will get the stock. Okay. Once your posting was received, PO value is one quantity, $100. Tell me the accounting entries. It's stockable, and goods receipt flag is there under delivery tab.
Vendor account KBS debit, credit, and GRIR debit.
From where this vendor account will come? You're saying KBS.
Yes.
Okay, but from where it will come?
Vendor account come from reconciliation account in vendor master.
As per vendor, it comes from the reconciliation.
Yeah.
Okay, in the same scenario, $100,
Okay.
I have a 10% GST. Some tax is there, input tax. Now tell me the accounting entry.
The same vendor account, GR account, and additionally we have input tax 10%. This will be credit.
Okay, $100, $10 tax. Now
Yes.
we tell me the accounting entry.
Total 110. Total 110 we have to pay. So in vendor account, then GRIR debit, then 10% input tax. So that will be credited, right? Input tax account. 10% credit.
110 we are going to pay to vendor.
Yeah.
So that account 110 credit. That's clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And GRIR, because the PO price is 100 only, so the GRIR will be 100 debit.
Yeah.
So the input tax $10
Yeah.
debit.
Yeah.
Okay. Here document type is same.
Yeah.
But then admin department is rising and HR is rising. That when the HR person is raising the purchase request, it has to go to, along with other approvers, it should go to HR manager. He has to approve, right, whether this laptop we have to buy or not. When admin person is rising, it should go to his admin manager. Then what is the parameter which will differentiate along with the In this case, price is same, plant is same, document type is same, everything is same. What will be the parameter which will differentiate? We will take purchasing group. Purchasing group, we will create it with department wise, admin department, HR department, like that. Then we have to keep purchasing group also as a one of the parameters. Like how we are selecting the characteristics, what are the parameters which will be used in purchase requisition and which will play the role to differentiate between things and all, then we will select the characteristics. As I mentioned in the video, we mainly use document type when it comes to purchase requisition. Document type, purchasing group, value, maybe plant. These 3 or 4 we use mainly. What is the use of multiple values and single value you have asked, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when you create a characteristic, generally when do you use single value and when do you use the multiple values? Let me tell you.
Yes.
If you use single value, when you assign in the release process, you can assign only one value can be assigned. When do you use this option? Only one value. Generally we use for price.
Right.
Okay, because that price with that respective strategy, it is less than 5,000. Okay, but it can be applicable for 10 plants. It can be applicable for 3 purchasing groups. It can be applicable for 4 document types. But price will be less than 5,000. Only one value should be there. That's the price will be always single value.
Price means we can make a different range, right?
But for respective strategy, only one. Respective strategy, let me show you that. Then you will get to know CL20M and 032 and 4. Okay. Okay. See, this is the way. If you give order type as a multiple values, you will get this box.
Yes.
Check box.
Yes,
You can
yes.
give multiple. Okay, you can give multiple. You need multiple for order type because the PO greater than 10,000 can be used for 5-6 document types. You have a material PO, service PO, spare parts PO. No, you should allow the multiple values. Okay. Coming to purchasing group, you can allow for multiple purchasing groups. Okay.
Yes.
But the price should be, this is a single. So how you got this radio button? Because of selecting the single value.
So these are also multiple values.
Values are multiple, but for respective strategy, you can select only one. You cannot select multiple. See, when it comes to this strategy, you are able to get only one. But here, we are able to get.
Oh, you are able to select 2, 3. Yes.
Yeah, you are getting C3, and here you can allow for G can be.
No, understand, guys. Understand. Yes.
Okay, that's what that is. If you keep multiple values, you can give multiple for a respective strategy. But generally, single value we give for price. Generally,
Right.
for rest all we have to activate the multiple values because you can select multiple. You are accessing multiple data for the respective strategy. And when it comes to this session CL02 and kill release, we go to display characteristics, document type. See, we allowed multiple and net value. See, you are getting right hand side also some more options because of this data type. When you select the data type, for example, if you select currency, system will ask you intervals are allowed or not. Intervals means 10 to 15,000, such kind of things.
Yeah.
If you don't allow interval types, you cannot do that. Generally, we have to allow the intervals for the prices.
Yeah.
Now you got right what is multiple and
Right.
what is single. When you are creating the characteristic, first of all, you should write your table and field name, as I told you. And even when we see this configuration also, right? Just now we have seen the document. Okay, there also it is providing you what is the table name and field name. How do you get, for example, if you don't know, and you have to go to SC11, This is the transaction C11, and go to this database table, and there you give CEK, CBAN. Okay, now we are dealing with CBAN or what is CEK, and then click on display. Here you will get the list of fields. For example, you want to take a characteristic as a purchasing organization and purchasing group and document type. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And value and all you can get from the here table and fields.
What is the people? SC11.
SC11. Whenever you want to see the table data and all, you always go use SC11 or you can use SC16. Okay. I have some videos where I have prepared. I will send you today. From now itself, you can just some 10-15 minutes your SD tables or MM tables. Just go there and go to SC11 and give that EKKO, give that MERA table, give that MEK, sales order data table, and just see that one for 5-10 minutes. If you watch that one, you will get a practice of using tables, and also you don't have to by heart the tables. By the time when you're seeing frequently, you will automatically remember. See, many tables I can tell. I have not by hearted like during childhood. Only when I teach or when I use for any report purpose or when I practicing and when I take some data and all. Many important tables I can tell from MM side and all. Again here we will see. When it comes to any characteristic in values, we have an option called additional values. What is the use of additional values? In characteristics, we are giving certain data, right? NB, LB, whatever data we are giving. Okay. And now I'm coming to the maintain data, which the transaction code is CL20N, or else release strategies. When it comes to through configuration, why I'm using CL20N in our configuration, and when you're working on that in production or in quality, we won't get access to SPRO. Okay, SPRO will be completely displayed. At that point of time, if you want to maintain the strategies which are not transportable, it's not a configuration, it's a maintenance of data. At that point of time, what will happen? You have to come directly to CL20N and give your respective strategy. Okay, PO greater than 10,000 like that. Then we need to select it. Okay, what is the difference between the additional values? See, when you go and click this F4, okay, whatever we have given in the characteristics, NB and LP will come automatically here. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Along with that, you are getting one box here. Means if you select this additional tick mark, you will get this box. Means you can assign the additionals here directly.
Oh.
Okay. Means you don't have to maintain in the master data. It's kind of master data. Correct? Whatever is maintained, it is coming automatically there. You don't have to maintain. You can add the values directly in the strategies also. If you activate this additional values tick mark, then system will allow you to add these additional things directly to you.
Okay. So you went CL20N.
CL20N, this is equal to one configuration I will show you now. Here in SPRO, right? Material management, purchasing, purchase requisition, release processor, classification, setup with classification, strategies. Okay, here classification, right? This is the screen. If you go to classification and do something, the same screen we will directly achieve with transaction code CL20N. This will be used in quality and production systems where we don't get this edit access to SPRO. Yeah, SPRO will be completely displayed in quality and production systems. Only in development it will be open. Okay. In this meantime, we will have this this option of CL20N where we don't have to come here directly. We can come and maintain. If you don't click additional values, what will the impact? Okay, as I told you, yeah, if you don't give that additional values. You cannot add any new things. Whatever is maintained here, that only you can assign it. For that, what we have to do, everything we need to maintain in the CT04. During defining characteristic only, you have to maintain all the values here. Because system won't allow you to add the additional values during the maintenance strategies. For a purchase requisition, we can have, see when it comes to release groups and class assignment, right? For purchase requisition, we can have max to max 2 classes. One is for header level. We will take this overall requisition. Okay. Yeah. Another one is for item level. Second class we can keep it, and we will remove that. Okay. Means for purchase requisition we can have max to max 2 classes, and for PO we can have only 1 class because that is only allowed at the header level. And coming to when you are working in a IDES system or whatever it is, if you want to use that same person's old class, you can create just a new release group. Okay, you will create G1. Okay, G1. You can use it. No harm in that. But if you want to give your class, you should delete it. There is no other option. Okay. Because system will allow only 1 class for purchase order, contract, like external documents, 2 classes for purchase requisition. If you have 2 classes, you cannot have 2 classes for overall release. 1 class for overall release, 1 class for item release, like that.
Item release.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
You have to delete it. Okay. When it comes to purchase requisition, release indicator will show you will have a bit more configurations things compared to PO. PO is easy.
Yeah.
What you understand is the release ID. What we are giving here, that is a simple text. Okay, just for understanding. Here nothing is there. When you go inside of the configuration, here first we will see this changeability indicator.
Yes, I have seen that. Yeah, you explained
this plays a role. I explained too much about this, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, this plays a role. Whether once PR is released, you should not allow you to change anybody.
Yeah.
Or PR is released, they can change, but you should re-trigger the release process. And what circumstances we can release. Each indicator is having a significance. I explained in that video very well. Only for purchase requisition, we have an option of field selection key. It is not available for PO. For example, in PO, what will happen? Once the PO is released, either we can do don't change completely or change anything in PO. Okay. There are 2 options. But in purchase requisition, after release also, you can make user to change certain fields only. He can change few fields, he cannot change few fields. That option is available for purchase requisition that we will achieve with the field selection key. Means in this field selection key, you know field selection key, right? What is the impact of field selection key? We can make few things optional, few things display, few things editable, like that. Okay. Such kind of field selection key we will assign to the release indicator. Because of that, what will happen? Once the PR is released, user can make certain fields as edit, certain fields he cannot edit. That control we can do it. That option is available for purchase requisition by assigning this field selection key.
FP01, where is the configuration?
Yeah, here the same where we are doing this purchase document type field selection key is there, right? Define screen layout.
Oh, define screen layout here, okay.
The same thing what we have done this one, right? For your purchase requisition you would have done the same way. FZ01, FZ02 are available. Finally, what you can understand is release indicators will control whether released purchase order can be changed or not, can be re-triggered or not, can be re-triggered only for value change, or can be re-triggered only for the output, whatever different kind of things we can control at the release indicator, changeability indicator level. Changeability indicator. But what is the main difference between purchase requisition and purchase order? We have a functionality in purchase requisition where we can control in released purchase requisition also. We can allow user to make few fields only as a change. Remaining things he cannot allow you to make him changes. Because there is an option of assigning a field selection key to the release indicator. Then what will happen? He can change only the price and quantity. He cannot change any other things. What will you do? You will make all the things for display in FZ01 and only the 2-3 fields will make it as an optional. Then when the purchase requisition is released, somebody wants to change, he can change only the price or quantity or whatever 2-3 things. Remaining things, system won't allow him to change it.
Okay.
So this is some good functionality or some special functionality which is given for purchase requisition. Coming to the release process, purchase requisition is more complex because we have two options: header level, overall release, and overall release tick mark, and that options are there. And the screen layout, what you call this option of field selection key. When it comes to purchase order, it is very plain. You will have only one class. It is only header level release, and there is no other option of this field selection key kind of things. Once you learn purchase requisition very well, purchase order is very cakewalk for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now coming to this prerequisites, when you have a release prerequisites for 3 things, the box will come like this. What is the use of upper boxes and lower boxes? Okay, here we can generate the prerequisites. For example, if I select these 3, okay, then system will go in a sequence. First it will go to 03, manager.
Okay.
After manager has improved, then only it will go to 02. Until manager 03 improves, general manager doesn't know about the purchase requisition. After general manager has improved, then it will go to factory manager 01. If you maintain these all 3 boxes, system will go with a prerequisite. First it will go to 03, then 02, then 01. And what is the use of the upper 3 boxes?
Okay. Yeah.
We generally don't use upper 3 boxes because it will work in a reverse way. It will go to first factory manager, then general manager, then normal manager. That will never happen, right? Because purchase requisition has to, any document should go to first lower level because he will go through for 20 minutes. Okay, he will approve. Then it will go to the next level manager. He will go through for 5-10 minutes. Okay. Then it will go to the higher level factory manager. He knows like already my manager has approved, general manager has approved. This factory manager will see the value or material, something, 2-3 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes he will just verify and he will approve it. That is the level. Otherwise, the factory manager has to approve some 100 PRs per day, for example, 100 POs per day. General manager will approve some 30, because some 60. Okay, and for manager will approve his department POs only, he will approve, maybe 20 or 15. But another manager, admin manager will approve his 20 POs. Factory HR manager will approve his 15. But all these things will come to factory manager. That's why what we do for factory manager, we keep POs which have too much value. Generally, for example, if the PO is crossing 10 lakhs, then only it has to go to factory manager. Below 10 lakhs, this managers only can handle. The business will provide you that kind of requirements. See, even 10,000 POs is going to factory manager means where he is having that much time. Correct? That's why we will keep only high value POs to the higher values, higher level people, and the lower level can manage the below 1 lakh POs. It won't go to the higher level also. It can be approved by the senior officer only. Okay, according to that level. How their business is happening, in the same way we will do it. Okay, we'll see this. This is kind of some boxes. Okay, now what you understand is, if you select upper one, it will work in a reverse way. We never use it. If you select all in the lower boxes, system will take it in the prerequisite 03 first, 02 second, then 01. Okay. Yeah. Here what we can see, first 03, anyway it will go. He is the first one.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for example, if you don't tick this, okay, you tick only these 2, then what will happen? Once the PR is created, it will be available for release for both 02 and 03. Anybody can approve first. There is no dependency. Once these 2 people have approved, then it will go to 01.
01, okay.
Okay, some companies use this option. How many are there? they don't bother. They will select only for the last level. Means a factory manager level. Means it will, once a PO is released, it will be available for general manager and manager, everybody. Anybody can approve first. Once all people have approved, then it will go to the final person. This is the way. If you use this method. Okay. But if you select all the boxes, then it will follow in the step by step. First 03, first 02, first 01. It's just a prerequisite. Anyway, it will go to 03. That's why we don't have any box. Okay. And see, even this point, when you see this option, let me show you that. We have this one, right? Only one. When you go to this, only one person, there is no tick mark, because anyway he is the only person. He will get automatically the notification.
Yeah.
So what is the use of these boxes and release prerequisites? Just to keep the prerequisites, whether first who has to approve and how it has to go. That things we can control here.
Okay.
And you have to understand that who is coming in the first, he is the lower level. Who is coming in the last, he is the higher level during the activities. And you can do max 8 approvers for respect to one strategy.
Yeah. Okay. I have done all the configuration, but
when it is purchase requisition, we should be careful for one characteristic. That is, even in the video also I mentioned that point. For PO we don't have that issue, but for PR, if you use header value, okay, if you are using header release, you should use one field. Okay, let me show you that. We have 2 fields per price. Yeah, 1 second. See, one is total value of item, GSWRT. Okay. If you use item level release, you should use this field for your value. Okay. If you use header level,
yeah.
Total value of purchase requisition for overall release means GFWRT.
Oh, okay.
If you use this mistake also, you won't get the release tab. For value,
Yeah.
PR overall release. Overall release means header release. You should use the field GFWRT. But for value, item level.
Okay.
This point you just check once. PR, item level release. Item release. You should use the field GSWRT.
GSWRT.
This is the one you should follow. But if you want to, you created a class and you want to use for overall release, you ensure your value field should be GFWRT but not GSWRT. If you use item level release, ensure it should be GSWRT. Check this point. And also, as I told you, in your classification, ensure your purchasing group, plant, everything is available in your purchase requisition. These 2 parameters you check, 99% you will get the release tab. Still, if you don't get, and I will check your system and I will fix the issue. Now we are seeing the partner function. Okay, in this partner function, for each functionality we are assigning one option. Go to the right hand side. Yeah, this click on F4. Yeah, that is the type of partner. Okay, each function we are assigning the type of partner. What is the type of partner? It might be vendor. It may be only mail address. It may be only what you call shipping point. It only a customer we are assigning here. Okay. Yeah, now close this thing. Okay. For example, it's only representative means for that when you are giving that or you have to assign vendor in your master data. Okay, because you assign the partner type as a vendor. If you are giving it only ordering address, if you assign the system will take only ordering address from that. Okay, now come to the screen. Your this one. Yeah, here print out. You are giving this ordering address OA. Okay, and vendor VM. Means whatever the partner you are assigning here, the system will send that printout to that person. For example, if you are giving that vendor, it will go to that vendor. If you are giving that ordering address, respect to ordering address, what mail ID is available. For example, if you are giving the fax, okay, it will directly send to fax to that person. You can maintain the how different vendors we are maintaining in the same way. We are maintaining the different partners here. Means the printout can be gone, the mail can go to 2-3 people. Okay.
So the address will be different, vendor will be different, and delivering plant will be different.
Yeah, exactly. See, for example, ordering address, delivering plant is vendor means who is providing the material. Okay. Delivering plant is you are delivering the material to another plant, or else you are delivering to directly the delivering plant. But ordering address maybe you are ordering from the corporate office.
Oh.
Okay. These are all different scenarios. But what we have to understand is.
Okay. If all are same, if the person is sitting on the same address, plant also same.
Then you don't use partner, right? When you are using partner, if you have, you are the owner of your company, you have enough money to start a company, then why should you use a partner? You will directly start your own company. And if you want some secure things, or else if you have some financial support, you will go to the partner. How vendor different partners are coming? Because a vendor is located and so and so in Delhi location has a HO which is registered with the government, but they have different partners, maybe the same company or else another one, but one is providing good suppliers. But for example, Flipkart, they will have a different partners. Or else if you have the same vendor, but you have a reputation. See, now you are ordering from the X vendor. Although he doesn't have a material, he will always provide you because that reputation he has generated. Whenever you order material to X, he will provide you within 24 hours. Whether he has a material or not, but he will provide you material from his partner. That's why we will provide the list of partners who is a good supplier, who is the invoice party, who is the ordering address, who is the vendor. We have multiple.
Okay. So
Fine-tune control, if you see this fine-tune control of purchase order, it's very good functionality. Here we can see the two operations. Okay. Can you go to that operation F4? Click on F4.
operations.
Yeah, one is there, right? There you click F4.
Yeah.
Okay, here we have multiple functionalities. We just take that 1 and 2, which is our mainly important. 1 is new, 2 is change. Okay, now close it. Now close that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we have given that 1 new and what is that type? What type you are using, right? We have activated 1. Now come down, give position 2.
Change.
Yeah, give position and